Deep in dream sleep, the venerable heir hears his name being called out again and again by a familiar voice, one that he has not heard in quite some time. With the constant shouting, the venerable heir finally awakens, but it seems that both him and the person trying to wake him up in the first place have huge memory loss and don't know why they are here or exactly where they're at. The door was blocked by an enchantment, one which the man trapped with the venerable heir, who claims to be a wizard, could break easily. But this is where we get our first notion that the venerable heir kind of remembers people's names, because he's asking Salaga, where is he? The wizard leads him outside, out of the tomb, out of the cell, and opens the door to show a blinding light, and they find themselves in Universe 14 on planet Bread. But once they're out, immediately afterwards, the man that the venerable heir was looking for, called Salaga, arrives in a battered condition. Salaga explains that he actually woke up well before either of them two did, and they would not wake up for him, so he decided to leave the tomb. But once out on the planet, he was attacked by banshee-looking creatures that stole his vitality, that took away his ki and energy, and he needed to adapt quickly or else he would be overcome and killed, and he used his new abilities to finally be able to defeat them. But after surviving the harshness of this world for an unknown amount of time, he is glad that the venerable heir and his wizard both are alive, both are awake, and now he has successfully completed his mission to protect the venerable heir at all costs. But Salaga found something out being out in the world for so long, something that he even to himself shudders to think about, but the bewitchments that locked them all inside that tomb, that made them forget everything, they are strangely similar to those of Lord Dromel, which is one of the erased gods of destruction that has come back due to 17's wish. But the wizard is absolutely not understanding this, because Lord Dromel would never betray them, he would never throw them into prison. It does not make any sense. But whether it makes sense or not, the venerable heir also has come to that conclusion. They have been betrayed by the god of destruction of this world and possibly his angel, and so they need to get in contact with them very quickly, and this is where we learn the wizard's name. His name is Dula. Dula uses his powers to summon a massive ship. Now, whether the power of summoning the massive ship is something that he developed from ki or the magic that teleports the ship here, I don't really know, but it's been ages since he's used this power before, and honestly, I like this trio already. I like this stoic and cold antagonist or protagonist with two bodyguards seemingly, one of them being a wizard and the other one being a warrior that obviously knows how to fight and knows how to train, knows how to adapt to new possibilities and situations. I really think this grouping is pretty cool, and I think it actually works for the story. But as Salaga stares at the venerable heir, he is overcome with the realization that the venerable heir is actually sick. He has a heartbeat that it's irregular, his blood pressure is unstable, so whatever happened before or after they were trapped in this tomb, it could be something that is affecting him physically and altering his health. So he may not be in the best position to face off against a god of destruction that has betrayed him. But he reassures himself and reassures the venerable heir by saying that whatever comes next, whatever happens, he knows the venerable heir will make the right decision for everyone. This video is brought to you by Soulless Legions, breaking the limits of strategy games by hosting thousands of ability combinations. Soulless Legion is a free-to-play online PvP tug-of-war combination strategy game that allows players a lifetime of customization and strategic inquiry. You choose from two factions with a wide variety of unique abilities to build an unstoppable force to outwit and overpower your enemy. With an unlimited array of strategic possibilities, you can build your deck the way that you want, choosing among 90 abilities available, with much more coming down the line. There's rank play, casual multiplayer modes, or have the single player adventure experience that you deserve. Use my link in the description below and check out Soulless Legion for free. And that is when we go back to Universe 7 Earth and we find a Pan who is training with Piccolo, ironically, because we literally just got Pan training with Piccolo in Dragon Ball Super Superhero, so I think this is actually kind of interesting that we're also getting in Dragon Ball Kakumei as well, and they honestly match up pretty nicely, seeing as how Kakumei just dropped and Superhero dropped a week ago. But the difference between this Pan and the one from Superhero is night and day. This Pan not only can fly, but she also has mastery over her ki, and she's using it to great effect to try to attack and stun Piccolo. But Piccolo is still her teacher. He's obviously far stronger and more experienced than her, so he knows how to fight, even chastising her at one point, saying, if you knew what your father went through to train with me, have the privilege of training with me, I am Piccolo. I have people from other universes coming here to try to train with me, which you guys remember from the other previous Kakumei episodes and chapters. We have the Universe 6 Namekians. They are here also training with Piccolo. Piccolo wants to know if Pan is actually ready to receive his training, and he launches her in the air. Now she can fly, but still isn't 100% controlling of all her abilities, not yet. But to Piccolo's surprise, she picks it up pretty quickly and uses her ki to go straight at Piccolo at top speed, Mach 5. She is moving like a supersonic jet at Piccolo so fast that Piccolo actually for a second believes that he's going to get smacked in the face by a tiny fist. But before the flying continues and the smack actually comes, she disengages and twirls herself backwards. She did not strike him, which to me, turning that amount of energy and speed off is actually a far more greater example of the fact that you can control all your ki and you control your abilities than just using them to propel yourself in the first place. She put a full break on that attack and did not hurt her master. So if you ask me, she is far more than ready. Once Pan's training is over, she obviously met the requirements. Piccolo puts back on his cloak and tells the Universe 6 Saiyans that it is time to train yourselves in a different way than you have before. We're not just trying to get strong physically, we're trying to do more than that and use the time that we have effectively. One of the pair, he believes that this means relaxing, and they should not be relaxing right now because of the fact that they have a time limit before the Mother of All Angels and her crew defrost. There's no way that they're going to be up to snuff against these powers if they decide to take it easy. But Piccolo pushes the idea that you still need to relax and take it easy once in a while. Take it easy between training sessions. You can't just keep training until your body is completely burned out, because then you won't get any stronger. He needs to forge not only his strength, but sharpen their knowledge as well. They're not really quite understanding what he means by knowledge, but Piccolo explains that they have taught him a lot of Universe X's Namekian race, but Piccolo has not told him anything about the history and the secrets of Universe 7's Namekian race, and also the fact that Piccolo is not the only Namekian on the planet, which they kind of basically saw. They kind of felt that. Piccolo says there is one other Namekian on this planet that he trusts the most, and I think it's really important to say it the way that Piccolo says it. At the highest point of this planet, beyond the skies, in a sanctuary inaccessible by the most common means, lives the god of Earth, who is the person I respect the most in the world. Now, this is a very similar storyline that happened in Superhero, where he goes to Dende to try to get a power-up from Shenron, and you know, this is a movie, so it has to go a lot faster with its storyboards and the decisions that are made. But in this, he's training Pan, he's training the Universe 6 Saiyans. I think that Dende is going to have a much bigger role in making them more powerful than he did in the Superhero movie, and I'll be honest, even if he goes as far as unleashing all their strength, say this Dende can do it instead of having Shenron do it, then they all get the Orange Piccolo transformation. I think that'd be a great way to bump them up into having a acceptable amount of power to face off against gods of destruction and other beings that are going to be part of the threat later down the line. The Venerable Heir and his crew, they have taken this ship and they literally flew it to the god of destruction's planet Dramel in Universe 14, which is something that we've never seen in any other iteration of the universes and the Gods of Destruction's home worlds, because we only know that Whis and the angels can get to these worlds. We've never seen anybody actually use a spaceship to get there, which I thought was interesting. They arrive on the planet only to find it deserted, and Salaga decides to fly around the planet to verify the fact that it is deserted. But before Salaga ends up flying, the Venerable Heir uses an ability that scans the entire planet for key signatures universe for life, and there is no life on the planet as of now. But there is one thing that he found on the planet, and that is a psychic beacon, something that he can attach to be able to have a psychic link with whoever left it there, and this may explain exactly why he was trapped and why the planet is deserted, and he insists on going alone. And as soon as he enters the psychic link, the pathway to the psychic link evaporates, and they have technically lost the venerable heir. Wherever he was teleported, once inside, he feels a presence coming toward him, and he decides to unsheath his weapon for the first time in this manga chapter, but then finds that the Kaioshin of this universe is the one walking toward him. And it's been many, many months since the venerable heir has seen the master of Universe 14, the Master Kaioshin. The Kaioshin takes him to a room that is called the Altar of Angels, where there is a angel staff that will activate for him and show him the answers to the questions that he wants to be answered so strongly. And once activated, it is the God of Destruction, the one from the Erased universe that we saw in the early chapters of Dragon Ball Kakumei, and he is explaining to the venerable heir that your universe is destroyed. He goes further in explaining that the universe then was brought back by a wish from a dragon from a different universe, 17's wish, and that's when he was approached along with others by someone claiming to be the mother of all angels. Him and his crew went straight to the Grand Priest along with the Mother of Angels to start this war outright. That is the last thing that they all remember, and this coincides with the moment before the venerable heir had amnesia, where he was on the planet looking for relics. But once Dramel gives him back his memories, we finally realize what happened to all of them, what happened to the venerable heir's crew before all this went down. And what it was that the angel and Dramel sent the venerable heir into this tomb to find the relics. Once he was in there, he was trapped and he could not get out. That is when his deep sleep happened. That is when the amnesia kicked in. Everything happened at once, and this is all planned. So basically, the God of Destruction is telling him that he sent them in there on purpose, and he trapped them on purpose, basically claiming guilt for everything. Furthermore, it seems like the venerable heir may have been next in line to become the God of Destruction, but he was not ready, and this is something that the venerable heir could not fathom, and this is part of the betrayal. It was this betrayal that trapped him behind this gate. Because the Grand Priest stopped the Mother of all Angels and the rest of the gods of destruction, his angels sent the staff back to the Altar of Angels for the venerable heir to discover. That's why he got all his memories back, and now he knows everything that's going on. So even though Lord Dramel ended up betraying this guy, he is the last chance that the rogue angels and gods of destruction have to really fulfill their plan, because he is the next in line to become God of Destruction. And once he takes this appointment, he is the God of Destruction for Universe 14 that has been returned. Now with a brand new God of Destruction, we have the ending of this chapter. This is a great read, honestly. I love this new character. I love his squad. I think that they're perfect, and just the alignment of everything, it just feels very much earned, and it's a cool little thing to have in here before the actual war ends up, because they need an antagonist during their training arcs. Everybody does, that is going to be on their side, but this guy is conflicted because he was betrayed by his own God of Destruction, so he wouldn't become God. Now they have no choice but to make him a god. So will he follow in the footsteps of the renegade angels and gods, or will he forge his own path as Universe 14's God of Destruction? Find out next time on Dragon Ball Kakumei.
Subscribe for more content. Or perish.